Hello, it's the next day of the film festival. I'm in a terrible mood today because I've been writing all morning and it's been going so badly, and now I feel like a piece of shit, and I am dazzled by my own complete incompetence and lack of talent. So there we go. I need to leave the house, like, kind of now kind of vibes, but I'm struggling to get out of bed. It appears that I have a case of melancholy today, just a bit, but maybe a new Sofia Coppola film will cheer me up. She said hopefully. No one talks about how the film festival can actually make you feel quite bad about your life, because it's a group of people that all care a lot about film, that are all trying to make it in this industry, and everyone thinks they're going to be the next person on that stage screening their film. But in reality, there's maybe 2 people in the audience that will be the next person on that stage screening their film. And then you realise that maybe you love something so much, but it's never going to happen. And that maybe you just have a pipe dream. And that maybe you're going to be pining for something your whole life that will never happen. And that maybe you're really untalented and actually completely average. And maybe your work is actually quite bad. And then you start to spiral about why you're even alive and what your purpose is. And then you go home after a morning of writing and you cry while you eat your lunch and think about how maybe you should have studied journalism and maybe you shouldn't be doing this. And then you start to think about how maybe you should just move back to Scotland and live with your parents and just be a living, like, stay-at-home daughter and waste away your potential. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm on my way to go and see Priscilla. Priscilla? Don't know. I'm just struggling. I just don't want to leave the house, but anyway, that's the honest truth about how I'm feeling about the film festival. It's made me realise that I am... not just realise, I've known this for a while, that I'm having major flop right now in my life. Like, I'm just flopping so hard and it's just getting embarrassing. I don't know if I can keep doing this. Maybe I should stop, maybe I should quit. Anyway, I guess let's go, kind of, yes. Okay, I've mustered up the energy to leave the house. I've changed into something more appropriate. Yeah. And we're gonna go see Priscilla now, which I'm excited about. And I'm hoping that that fixes my foul mood. Truly horrible for everyone to witness. I'm really sorry. And sad. No. We're gonna feel good in like an hour or so. And that's really nice. So I'm at the friggin' BFI at the Royal Festival Hall. I'm still kind of in a bad mood, but I got a chai latte and it's kind of making me feel worse because it's not very good and it was really expensive. Yeah, it's not very good. Anyway, I'm here a bit early for Priscilla. I guess I'll just stand here in this little corner until it starts. Let's show you around. This is my view right now. View check. There's a carpet. Some pink light. Yeah, that's basically it. What's going on? Someone cool started talking to me and I was really spazzy, so I also feel bad about that. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I can hear people coming and I don't want to be caught in a position like this. It's very vulnerable. Maybe I do. Anyway, the bad mood persists. Hopefully it stops soon, because this is really getting old. I'm home. I saw Priscilla. I didn't love it, I won't lie, I didn't love it. It was like some good moments. Definitely some good moments. Definitely feel very lonely in that world and it's all constructed quite beautifully. But it felt really unsatisfying, I felt, especially the final act. It just kind of puffed out into nothing, and the ending was just like, what? Like, that's it? I didn't really feel like we get a sense of the inner world of Priscilla. It was lots of kind of montages of her being in love with Elvis and them kissing and being all like coupley, and then something bad happens and then we see a shot of her crying, and then it just cuts to her just being happy again and basically being like, hey Elvis, can we have sex? And he's like, no. Because you don't really get a sense of her, like, I mean, I guess it makes a point of the fact that she had no one to talk to because, you know, of how stuck in that house she was and how she didn't really have anyone on her side. But there are definitely ways you can show that through, you know, physicality and like action, as opposed to dialogue, which would also show her grappling with that instead of just skipping ahead to another scene of them like shoving each other in the pool, or him wrapping his arms around her and then her crying when he like nearly beats her up. It's just, I don't know. So I wasn't crazy about it. If I'm honest, the bad mood still persists. I don't really know what's happening. I think it's also because major TMI. Like, yeah, well, I don't know. Well, basically, I was at the Andrew Haigh talk yesterday, which was really good. And then, I don't know, everyone's talking about like, oh, like, believe in yourself, just keep going, like, you'll get there eventually. Like, oh, you have to put yourself out there. And then at the end of the talk, this girl, like, shoves her way through everyone, goes up to Andrew Haigh himself, and she was like, can I send you my script? When people say, like, put yourself out there, persist, believe in yourself, and you'll get to where you want to be, surely they don't mean that. I just felt so cringed out by it, and I was like, ooh, like, and it just left me in a bad mood, because I was like, oh god, are those the kind of people that are going to succeed in this industry? And if so, why would I ever want to be like them? Like, does that mean I'm not going to be successful because I'm not pushing my way through crowds of people to ask a director to read a script of mine? I don't know, it just made me feel really weird. And then I was speaking to my friend last night, and we were just like kind of like bonding over how awful it is to be in this industry. And then I just came home and I was like, I hate it. Like, you know, I wouldn't be comparing myself to other people that are on more conventional paths if what I was doing right now made me happy. But the thing is, it doesn't. It makes me sad. And sometimes I do have days like today where I just feel really like heavy and like melancholy about my future. I guess I just wanted to document that this is how I feel quite a lot of the time, particularly this year. Sometimes it does get you down. It's fine. I'm gonna have some dinner and watch something that I really like and report back later. Hello, it's the final day of the festival. Yeah, I'm seeing 4 films today. I'm seeing Nead, Zone of Interest, There's Something of Love, and Cobweb, so yeah.
About the research process as you went into making the film.
Yes, hi, good afternoon everybody, thank you for coming.
I just saw, The Zone of Interest, and it's safe to say I'm significantly traumatised and upset, hence the red face. I'm completely alone in the toilets at the Curzon Cinema, or at least I hope I'm alone, otherwise that's really weird. I kept trying to find a spot to go and talk about what I just saw. Is that food? No, it's just acne. But I saw Jonathan Glazer's The Zone of Interest, and it was incredible. It was very harrowing. I can't really like shake it off or not think about it. It was so disturbing and just like completely reframes your whole way of looking at yourself in regards to bad things that happen and like conflict, and it's kind of basically making a point of the fact that we're all just as bad as the people that we call bad people, and we can't really separate ourselves from that. Anyway, right before that, I saw Naiad. Literally as I was walking into The Zone of Interest, I was still wiping the tears away from my eyes because it was so good. It was really exciting and inspiring and thrilling and beautiful, and everyone was crying at the end, and it was just brilliant. My one gripe with it was the flashback scenes were filmed in a really weird way, and I thought that was kind of poorly used. But Annette Bening was incredible. Jodie Foster was very hot, very cool. And it was just a really lovely, like, incredible true story. I had no idea that this person existed. So hearing that story and seeing it was just incredible. And very inspiring, given the... Sorry, I just got kind of caught in the bathroom in a really awkward position. But yeah, it was a really inspiring story. And it came at the right time, given that right before I went to this... Given that right before I went to this festival, I was having a complete breakdown about my career in the film industry. So yeah, I think it was very much needed. Anyway. Looks like it's sunny, but it's not. It's pouring in rain, and I'm going to my final screening, the NFL, which is Cobwebs, and it's actually the premiere of it, and there's a red carpet, and I'm dressed like this, so I won't be walking along the red carpet. And the film I just saw was The Nature of Love. It was so good. It was so well done. It was so funny, so insightful, and also like quite sad, and got me thinking about love, I guess. Hence why I'm listening to Troye Sivan. Hence why I'm sad and it's raining. So it's all very dramatic. So it's the next day. I went and saw the premiere of Cobweb, and if I'm honest, I really didn't like it. It felt like such a disappointing ending for me for the film festival. It was so long, it was not my sense of humour at all, so I wasn't really laughing that much. Not that that's bad, but it definitely wasn't my style of film. Yeah, I guess I wanted to do a lowdown about yesterday and fill you in on the things that we didn't talk about, because I barely said anything. I saw Naiad, loved that. It was a bit Netflixy and cheesy at points, and that was kind of expected, but I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun watching it. It was very inspiring and everyone was crying at the end. Then I sprinted over to watch The Zone of Interest, still crying as I was running. As I was going into Zone of Interest, I was still like makeup, tears down my face. Zone of Interest was incredible, as I expected. I don't think anyone can really watch a film like that and be the same afterwards. It was so harrowing, revealing, basically just showing how like people are really bad and we're all just kind of as bad as the people that we have categorized as being like evil in history, and there's actually not that many degrees of separation between us and people that can do awful things. Then I basically just kind of walked around for a bit. I ate a sandwich and then I went to see The Nature of Love, and I really enjoyed it. It was really beautifully shot, just a really like thoughtfully well made, like actually funny and unique film, just about like love and whether we could ever really be fulfilled by like one person. It was basically kind of like trashing monogamy, and I was very interested in it. It's like this woman and she's in this 10-year-long relationship, and then she falls in love with the guy that's doing the work on her holiday home, and she kind of like ditches this relationship to be with him, but then it turns out that it's not really what she expected it to be, and it's kind of this look at like love and the people that we think we're meant to be with, and whether we're always just kind of will be sacrificing something to be with somebody that we care about, and whether that will ever leave us feeling fulfilled. And it ended on a really sad note, and I was like, oh shit. And then I sprinted back over to the Royal Festival Hall in the pouring rain, and I saw Cobweb. It was also the world premiere, and I missed the fact that it was a red carpet event, and I looked rudely underdressed, so that was kind of embarrassing for me. Yeah, Cobweb I didn't love, but overall, what a fun experience I've had at the London Film Festival. In general, I'm feeling much better about my meltdown that I was having at the start of the video. Don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, it was just a lot. I think anyone that works in the creative industries especially film, you'll get what that was about. I think we all have that sometimes, but I feel a bit better now, and I am actually just gonna go back to Scotland for a bit, but not because I'm quitting, because I need a break. So I'm gonna go back to Scotland and I'm gonna watch my sister compete in her netball tournament, and I'm gonna do nothing and play Mario Kart. If I had to rank my favorites, I would say Zone of Interest, Zone of Interest, May December, The Nature of Love are my top 3. My least favourite film was definitely Cobweb. If you sticked around and watched this, thank you. I know this particular video has been a bit chaotic and ridiculous because I kept forgetting that I was making it. Bye.
Can start me crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true.